Basantapur Durbar Square is a historically and culturally significant site in the capital city Kathmandu, Nepal. Built in 1564 by Mahendra Malla, Toleju Temple is a Hindu temple dedicated to Toleju Bhavani, the royal goddess of the Malla dynasty of Nepal. It is only opened once a year, on the occasion of Vijayadashmi. This 12-foot-high stone image of Kal Bhairav is said to have been sculpted in the 5th or 6th century, and was later rediscovered in a paddy field in the 17th century, by the Malla king Pratap Malla. Although the construction of the square began in the 3rd century, the major structures within it were added in later periods. The outer complex consists of a number of 16th century temples, built during the reign of Malla kings. These buildings are adorned with meticulously carved facades, characteristic to Newar architecture. The central square is surrounded by palace complexes built during the Malla and Shah periods. Inside the wooden latticed screen, below Dega Toleju, is hidden the terrifying face of Shwet Bhairav. The giant sculpture was fashioned and installed in 1795, during the rule of Rana Bahadur Shah. Maju Dega temple was built by Riddhi Lakshmi, the queen mother of Bhupatendra Malla in 1692. The April 2015 Nepal earthquake completely destroyed the temple, and it was rebuilt in 2018. Kumari Ghar is located at the southern edge of the Durbar Square. This Malla-era temple is used as the residence of the Kumari, a young girl, worshipped as a living embodiment of the Hindu goddess Durga. Traditionally, Kumari Devi is selected in early childhood from the Newar Buddhist Sakhya caste of goldsmiths and silversmiths. Potential candidates are placed in a darkened room with freshly severed buffalo heads and dancing men wearing demon masks. It is believed, if the candidate is not frightened, she is the next reincarnation of Toleju Bhavani. Gaddi Baithak is a neoclassical palace in Kathmandu Durbar Square. It was built by Chandra Shamsher Jang Bahadur Rana in 1908, and it was used for coronations and to welcome head of states from other countries. Hanuman Doka is a complex of structures with the royal palace of the Muller kings, and also of the Shah dynasty in the Durbar Square. Bhaktapur Durbar Square is a former royal palace complex, located in Bhaktapur, Nepal. The Durbar Square is a generic name for the Muller Kingdom's palace square, and can be found in Kathmandu and Patan as well. It housed the Muller kings of Nepal from 14th to 15th century, and the kings of the kingdom of Bhaktapur, from 15th to late 18th century, until the kingdom was conquered in 1769. Situated on the westernmost part, beside two large stone statues of guardian lions, these statues of Ugrachandi and Ugrabhairava, on the either side of the entrance gate of the now lost Basantapur palace, are described as masterpieces of the medieval period. Once the main residence of the royals of Bhaktapur, this palace is also known by other names such as Simhadwaka Layaku, named after the two large statues of guardian lions, and Malatichuka Layaku, after the name of the courtyard north of the palace. During its height, Bhaktapur Durbar Square contained 99 courtyards, but today hardly 15 of these courtyards remain. The square has lost most of its buildings and courtyards to frequent earthquakes. The Toleju bell is a large bell dedicated to goddess Toleju, the tutelary goddess of the Mallas, offered by the last monarch of the city, Ranajit Malla, on the 6th of January 1737. Commissioned by Bhupatindra Malla, the palace of 55 windows was built for musical purposes, as indicated by 147 miniature carvings of musical raga on the cornice, separating the ground floor from the first. Today, this square is recognized by UNESCO, managed jointly by the Archaeological Department of Nepal and Bhaktapur municipality, and is undergoing extensive restoration due to the damages from the earthquake in 1934 and in 2015. Lalitpur is a metropolitan city in Nepal. It is best known for its rich cultural heritage, particularly its tradition of arts and crafts. It has a multi-ethnic population with a Hindu and Buddhist majority. Lalitpur is a Sanskrit word which means city of beauty. There are many ancient names for the city like Yalar and Manigal. It is believed that Lalitpur was founded in 299 AD by King Veerdeva. Situated at the center of the city of Lalitpur in Nepal, Patan Durbar Square is one of the 3 Durbar Squares in the Kathmandu Valley, all of which are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. A center of both Hinduism and Buddhism, the Durbar Square has 136 courtyards and 55 major temples. The square also holds old Newari residential houses. There are other temples and structures in and around the square built by the Newar people. Situated in the northern part, the Bhimsen temple is dedicated to Bhim, one of the 5 Pandavas from Mahabharata, who was known for his strength and bravery. In Newar, he is traditionally worshipped as the god of business and trade. Built in 1627 by King Narsimha of Lalitpur, Vishwanath temple honors the Hindu god Shiva. Yala is the most used and ancient Newari name of Patan. It is said that around 2nd century BC, when the first Kirat king Yalambar conquered the city, he named it Yala after himself. The Krishna temple was built by King Siddhi Narsingh Malla in 1637. It is believed that it is made up of a single stone, and there are 21 golden pinnacles on the top of this temple. The Narayan temple is a classic Newar-style pagoda. It was erected in 1652 by Srinivasa Malla, a 17th century Malla king who ruled from 1661 to 1685. The Durbar Square is a marvel of Newar architecture. The square floor is tiled with red bricks. There are many temples and statues in the area. The main temples are aligned opposite the western face of the palace. Also popular as Char Narayan Temple, the Jaggan Narayan Temple was built in 1565 and is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. This is statue of King Yoga Narendra Malla with his queen, with a cobra looming over the king's head. Sitting on the head of the cobra is a bird made up of brass. Legend says that until the bird remains there, the king may still return to his palace. Hari Shankar temple was built in the 18th century by Rudramati, the sister of King Yoga Narendra Malla. The sculptures on the roof of the temple depict scenes from the hell concept mentioned in Garud Puran. Mool Chowk is the largest and oldest courtyard built during the reign of King Siddhi Narsimha Malla. It was destroyed in a fire during 1662, and was rebuilt by King Srinivasa Malla in 1665 to 1666. The Toleju shrine is marked by the statues of the river goddesses Ganga on a giant tortoise, and Jamuna on a carved makaro, a mythical crocodile. Sundri Chowk is the smallest courtyard. It was built in 1647 during the reign of King Siddhi Narsimha Malla, from a sunken tank that is known as Tu Shahiti. The Patan Museum was inaugurated in 1997 by late King Birendra Bir Bikram Shah. It displays the traditional sacred arts of Nepal in an illustrious architectural setting. Its home is an old residential court of Patan Durbar, one of the royal palaces of former Malla kings of the Kathmandu Valley. The royal palace was built in 1734, on the site of a Buddhist monastery.